not feeling any different than I felt when I was in second place.
But how do you build on the momentum? What do you have to do tonight?
Be truthful and talk about the things that are so important for this country.
You have a reputation for being so cool, calm, and collected. Any nerves at all?
Not yet.
Meaning maybe soon?
Maybe if a tiger comes out on the stage, maybe.
Could his name be Donald Trump?
I don't think that would be very bothersome.
Doctor, do you still want an apology from Trump based on what he said this past week?
Well, I never really asked for an apology from him. You know, I'm not exactly sure where that came from.
Do you think he needs to apologize to you?
It doesn't matter to me.
Doctor, are you preparing differently for this debate, being that it's business and finance, not necessarily
Well, you guys may think it's not in my wheelhouse. I guess we'll see.
So how do you plan?
What do you say to Trump when he says, I just don't know about 70, and what do you want to say about that number?
I would say the information is readily available for anybody who wants to know.
Dr. Carson, how do you plan to respond to Donald Trump's attacks today on the debate stage?
The same way I would respond to anybody's attack, and that's to say maybe we would be wise to devote our time to actually answering the questions about the issues and not attacking each other.
Dr. Carson, you've got good.
Do you believe that the Earth was literally created in 6 days and the theory of evolution is wrong?
I believe that God created the Earth. I don't know how old the Earth is. The Bible says in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, and then there's a period there. So you don't know how long the period of time lasted.
You've got these good poll numbers in Iowa, not doing so well in New Hampshire, South Carolina, some of these early primary states. What do you attribute your success so far in Iowa? Why are you doing so well in that state?
I've probably been there a lot more than I have to any other places, and people know me better there. But the rest of it will take care of itself.
Dr. Carson, if Donald Trump comes at you hard tonight, is your strategy to hang back or go right back at him with a counterpunch?
My strategy will be to be me. And, I don't get into the mud pit and do silly things.
So what do you want to accomplish tonight, Dr. Carson?
Give the American people an opportunity to know more about me and to find out that doctors actually do know something about economics.
Dr. Carson, once again, you talked about the slime pit, Dr. Carson. You talked about a slime pit, that you wouldn't get in it. Would you expand on that remark a little bit? And you can look forward, Doc. You don't need to look at me.
Basically, I'm not going to get into a bunch of fights with people about personalities and individual attacks. I think that's silly, and that's not what we're here for, although I know that's what a lot of people came to see.
Are you prepared to
Now leading in one poll nationally, you've said that it's a marathon, not a sprint. You have over a year left. How do you manage to maintain that lead? How will you do that?
Well, as I've said many times, I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to be sitting down calculating, let's see, how do I do this? And it actually takes a lot of stress off of me because all I have to do is be myself and tell the truth.
Are you really as cool as you look right now? As unstressed, as
I am.
Not nervous?
Nothing to be nervous about. Just because there's 600 cameras here, why would you be nervous?
Are you prepared to discuss Seventh-day Adventism if it gets brought up at all, to defend your faith?
I'm very happy to discuss that, absolutely.
Dr. Carson, do you think it's fair game to bring it up, considering that you believe it's okay for Muslim candidates to ask what their belief system is? Do you think it's fair for candidates to ask other candidates about that?
I don't have any problem with it.
Dr. Carson, do you think, given the new frontrunner status, you'll face any more scrutiny tonight? Are you prepared for that scrutiny?
It's going to be harder. It's going to be hard to have more scrutiny than I've had in the last several months. People have been digging, every place I've ever been, talking to everybody that I've ever known, trying to find dirt. I feel sorry for them in a sense because they're getting kind of desperate.
But this is an economic debate. Are you ready to present tax and spending plans?
Very much so.
Do you really think it's possible for a president never to raise the debt limit?
Yes, I think it's eminently possible, but it's important to start at the beginning of the financial cycle and not wait until your back is up against the wall. And that's what they do year after year or every 2 years. And it seems like at some point you would learn that there's a better way to do it.
But you think you could cut spending enough? You would never have to raise the debt limit?
Without question. This is a total fallacy. That's a Nancy Pelosi fallacy. That you can't cut one penny or it'll be a disaster. That is a total bunch of crap.
Have you been surprised?
Dr. Carson, you never
have you
answered the
been?
question about evolution. Do you think the theory of evolution has merit, or are you a creationist?
Well, I believe in microevolution. Microevolution is basically natural selection. And that is one of the linchpins of the theory of evolution. And we can prove that microevolution occurs, that natural selection occurs. And you can say that that's proof of evolution, even though there's never been one species that's turned into another species that can be proved. Or you can say that's evidence that you had a wise creator who gave his creatures the ability to adapt to their environment so that he wouldn't have to start over every 50 years.
Well, what do you say?
I say the latter.